Now you can't see any apricots because I've already picked a few. Some as well from the floor, fallen from the tree, right? And you turn around here, you can see a lemon tree. You can see the lemons there? Let me just show it to you. That's a lemon, right? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to make lemon and apricot jam, right? Apricots or peaches, whatever you want to call it. And how do we make our jam? Right then. So, the apricots and the lemons that fall off the tree, you've got to pick them up really quickly. You chop them into little pieces, right? And after chopping them up into little pieces, you go to the kitchen. In the kitchen, you can chop them as well in the kitchen if you haven't got an outdoor kitchen. And you chop them on a chopping board. Got a knife here as well. And this would be the final result, or one of these as well, of the jams I'm talking about. Now, as you can see, we've got this one is orange, apricot, Nisboro, lemon jam. This is one just the same, but with chocolate in. So, how do I make it? Basically, it's quite simple. I use an electric hob, like in most kitchens nowadays, or if you've got gas, it's pretty much the same. And on one hob, I make the chocolate. It's instant chocolate, bought from a chocolate factory here in Alicante. And what I do is I put in a few, like 3 or 4 glasses of water, and a couple of spoonfuls of instant chocolate. It's not your Colacao or your Nesquik chocolate. It's a denser chocolate, like the one you use for chocolate and churros here in Spain, right? Second hob, we've got jam jars. Right, normally, I'm a big recycling fan. Yeah, I really do like using jars, not plastic, you know. So what I do is I got the old jam jars from maybe your normal jam you bought at the supermarket, and just once I've finished with them, instead of throwing them away, what I do is I sterilise them. Now, sterilisation is done by boiling the jam jars in a big, the jam jars in what we call a hob, on the hob. And all you do is you put in boiling water for 10 minutes, okay? After that, there's a process, which is what we call the sealing of the jam jar, okay? It's just taking all the air out of the jam jar. How do we do that? Basically, we'll get back to that later on, or I can make a second video about that, alright? So, how do we make the jam? Okay, so let's say we've got here an apricot. Chop the apricot, right, just like that, chop it up quickly, and what you do is the following. Got the apricot, chop it, okay, logically it would be clean, right, you can see the apricot, you take the bone out of it, okay, or the nut out of it, and you've got the apricot like that. Now, logically, we've washed the apricot, and what we do is we can chop it up into pieces like this, right? Okay, just cut it in half, and then you put it all in the pan, right? In this pan here, okay? All the chopped bits, and you fill it up to the top, right? Once you've filled it all up to the top, you get a lemon, right, from your tree, or from the supermarket, if ideally, but I mean, really, this is done because we can't eat all the fruits. It will go rotten before. So, I mean, if you're going to buy it from the supermarket, it might not be profitable. Might be just cheaper to buy a ready-made jam. And you just get a lemon. Get a lemon, cut it open, squash it, and then put it all in the jar. Okay? All in the pot. Now, once you've got it all in the pot, what do? You leave it boiling at maximum temperature for 30 minutes, and then another 60 minutes at mild temperature, okay, so it doesn't overheat. Right then. So once you've done that, what you do is the next. That's the result. Okay, you can see it? Yeah? Good. Let me just check if you can see this properly. Right then, okay. That should do. There you go. That's a bit of jam. Alright, a bit gooey. That's alright. That's because I've added a bit of water to the mix, but you don't really need to. The more water you add to the lemon and to the apricots gives it a bit of a gooier texture and more like a soup. Right, but that's alright. I've done that on purpose because I'm going to mix it now with the dense chocolate. Right? This chocolate's going to be so dense, you can see, it's going to be so dense that it will compensate one thing with the other. My target is to make something similar to the orange, Cadbury's orange chocolate. You know, the one that you can buy at the supermarkets, and it's round, and it's even got the shape of a mandarin, right? Well, I'm doing something similar to that, but in a jam way, but homemade, and basically it's just to, you know, just to use what I've got, you know, what I've got, that if I don't do it like this, if I don't use it up, well, you know, I'm just going to have to throw it away. So, that's not a good idea. Don't want to throw food away. Right. So, I've got that done. I've got the chocolate. I've got the mix of the apricot, and I've put in the lemon, right? And I can put Nisperos in. You can put mandarins in if you want. You can put oranges in if you want to. I mean, you can do whatever you want. So, once you've got that, you have supposed to have the jam jars. Now, the jam jars, getting back to the jam jar story, jam jars, once they're cleaned, right, take them out. It is quite warm, the water, but I mean, I think I don't feel heat that much anymore. I'm quite hot as it is, thank you. So we've got the jam jars. The water's been boiling for a while, but it has been off the hob, so that's that. Okay. Now what we do, how do you airtight a jam jar? Well, you get the jam jars like this, pour the chocolate in, and you pour the apricot into it, mix it all up, and you pour it into the jam jar. Once you've got the jam jar and the jam jar sterilised, you put it in the hob, seal it, you close it, and you leave it inside. Okay? Then you warm it up, and you'll slowly hear the top of the jam jar cracking. Okay? It'll be like, you can hear it, well, it's not like a crack, not like a glass crack, it'll be like pressure. So it'll be cracking and closing. Once that's done, you know, you're done. That's it. You made jam jar. That's the whole process. Now that's how I've done all of these little jam jars. As you can see, I just recycled jam jars from, you know, Hero jam jar, you know, normal brands. That's a great jam, by the way. This other jam jar, can't see the brand, I've taken the label off it, that's a shame. Now you got the pate jars, you know, or you know, other people's jams that I buy from church or from wherever. You know, you've got here Mermelada Baricoque, which is probably from my local supermarket. You know, it's great. I mean, I've got limited quantity of fruit, so I can't make millions of jam jars, and I don't really need it, so I just recycle. I even use, look, Nescafe brands like Nescafe or my mayonnaise jam jars, whatever I'm in the mood of, or whatever I can grab hold of. And that's it, you know. So I hope you find it instructive. I hope you find it useful. If you've got any questions, just write a message down below on the bottom of the video. Thank you. Have a nice day.